Today we're at Swagger Men's Salon and we are working on a scissor over comb technique. It's a really important technique for all of men's hair cutting. It's really time efficient and it's really great for all those clients that don't want clipper work. First, it's really important to focus on your tools. We are using a really long shear, 6 inches or more. This is 6.5, and the reason why, it's more surface area. If you're using a smaller shear, it's like using a toothbrush to clean a floor. This is not what you want to use for this technique. You'll end up with a lot of dips and lines. It's really important to have a really firm grip on your comb. I actually have calluses on the inside of my hands from gripping my comb so hard. And so it's all about the angle. So basically, scissor over comb is actually imitating a clipper. So your scissors are the motion of the clipper and your comb is the guard. So that's why it's so important to keep such a firm grasp on this, because this is really what's doing all of the controlling for like the smoothness and how short you're going. If you angle it, you'll get a taper. If you go straight up and down, you'll get a nice flat squared shape. All of this depends on your comb and how you're holding it. The scissors are really just the clipper motion, up and down, and they need to be continuously moving the entire time. Jerky motions when you're cutting, that's when you end up with lines. So it's just nice and smooth. It's also really important to keep structured and in paneling. To do it, I go middle, left, right, and then left and right every single time to stay even and consistent. The reason why is for time efficiency. So if you do it exactly the same every single time, you never get lost in your haircut and you're never confused or doing the same spot over and over again. So I'm just going to start here with the bottom of the neck. The first go through is kind of a rough cut. We're really just kind of seeing the length, seeing how everything is laying. And then as we go through, we'll refine and refine and refine. So I like to start just down at the bottom here. I'm going to start with the wide tooth because he's got thicker hair, and the finer tooth is going to pull it in a way that's going to give us some lines because it makes it all bunch up together. So the important thing is slow motions. If you start going too fast, just slow down, but just move it all together. Your scissors are always in the exact same spot. So as you move up and down, you can see your line here. This is what you're cutting. Consistently, slowly, and you can regroup, but always go back from the bottom and keep your scissors where they were. Just like clippers. So it's the same controlled slow motion again and again. I go a little bit higher than I would say most people do with scissor over comb. I've found that for time efficiency, it works really well because you can do a nice rough cut and get almost a whole haircut done within just a minute or two. So we're going to come here and do the left side, starting at the bottom, working our way up. You're just trying to make a nice, perfect shape. We're going to do him a little bit more squared and a little bit less tapered, just for stylistic choice. And it's just slow and controlled. You can move slowly. Your scissors just stay exactly the same pace the whole time. And you can move your comb faster or slower as long as it's a nice, smooth motion. So we're going to come here and do the left side. But as you can see, the finishing we leave for the end. The reason why is we might need to come back and change or go over again, and you really only want to do the finishing one time. So I'm actually going to leave all these edges rough, even along the hairline here, around the ear and down, because we're going to do all of that at the end. So as you comb down, you're kind of looking for any lines or anything that you might see, any unevenness, and you can kind of go back through and refine that. I like to start with the back as well. I just think it makes the client feel more comfortable because if you're cutting the sides first and then go back to the back, they, even for a moment, have a mullet. It takes a long time to get proficient at this, moving everything at the same time. It's just practice, 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 and moving slowly. But as you can see, I've gotten a full scissor cut on the back and sides done in just a couple of minutes. So that was the scissor over comb technique. So you need to go home, practice it again and again and again in order to get proficient at the technique. We use it for all short haircuts. I mean, you can use it from hair that's 2+ inches long down to as short as the width of your comb once you're proficient at it. And thank you for watching.